All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Home to Danger, 1951. This is going to be another Terence Fisher noir. As I was alluding to in my last video, especially in the comments, uh, the other two noirs that he did during this time period, Man-Bait, 1952, and Blackout, aka Murder by Proxy. Not the 1950 Blackout that I just reviewed, which was sort of inferior, but the 1954 Terence Fisher movie called Blackout or Murder by Proxy. Those two movies are much better than this one. I'm giving this one 2 out of 5 stars. I thought it was kind of dull, and like I alluded to in my last video, I couldn't really figure out what was going on with the drug dealer and the murders and the attempts to take control of the comely lady's father's estate. Like I said, the British gal is kind of interesting. She's dressed really conservative, but she's got an interesting face, I think, and comely face, I guess you could say. And her father has died, apparent suicide. There's some drug dealer dude lurking in the shadows trying to blackmail this old man who likes to hang around with her, and I'm not sure what his relationship is to her. Maybe he was a former business partner. I couldn't figure that out. There's a lot of plot holes in this one, and I don't know if I was just tired the other day when I was with my son at Starbucks and I couldn't really follow the story, or it was just it wasn't explained to me. I can't remember, but I remember when I was dead tired on a Thursday, I was watching Rocky Jones and I couldn't really get into the story. I was just too tired. I kept falling asleep. I don't think I was that tired this week, but man, I just worked 24 and a half hours straight around the clock. I ate dinner at Burger King, man, which is what I used to do when I was in my early 20s. I had breakfast at Jack in the Box and I ate dinner at Burger King. Fortunately, I brought salad for lunch, so it wasn't that much of a artery clogger day. But I used to do that when I was in my 20s. I'd eat at Carl's Jr. 3 times a day just because it was close to my workplace. And, I was on a similar schedule, working crazy 80 hours a week back then. So it's not like I haven't done it before, but yeah, now I got to go get a car and get my hair cut. So I went back on the red line when I got here. And getting back to the movie, so this gal, she likes to go on, I forget what they call it, shootouts or whatever. Basically, they're just taking their shotguns and shooting birds. So there's this creepy drug dealer henchman with a scar face. He wants to shoot the comely gal. And this guy Willie, who's like Willie Loomis in Dark Shadows, he ends up shooting the guy, killing him, and it's all a secret. Like the Keystone cops don't know what's going on. They try to investigate it, and they can't figure out that it was Willie. Then the comely gal, she got the hots for this writer dude named Robert, and So they try to do some detective work. They figure out that there's some kind of drug dealer who's creeping around the estate. She wants to give the estate over to some charity for children. So I guess children are supposed to be living there, but then there's that Willie murder. Not really murder though, because it was to protect his employer, the comely gal. So it was more like self-defense, because the Scarface drug dealer henchman was going to shoot her anyway. So Willie prevented it happening, shot the bad guy. And, so they're just kind of doing their detective work thing, Robert and this comely gal, I forget her name. And eventually the older man admits that he's being subject to some sort of blackmail. What exactly he's being blackmailed over is unclear, and maybe I missed it. I don't know, but I just couldn't get into this flick. Like I said, I thought the other two Terence Fisher noirs that he did, the Lippitt collaborations with U.S. actors, were much better. Murder by Proxy and Man Bait, which is an incredible movie. I can't say enough good things about Man Bait. And of course, Terence Fisher was the noir director who switched over to Hammer horror films later on. He did a lot of stuff with Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, those kind of movies. You know what I'm talking about? Probably. You've been watching my channel long enough. You probably know about those movies. So, anyways, I better get some breakfast and maybe stop over at the bank close to the car dealership, deposit my $15. I was 50 minutes late. They had me doing some crazy route, 19 stops from San Mateo all the way to Palo Alto. And it was raining pretty bad. The wind gusts were ridiculous. You know, similar to the down trees, down power lines, kind of blackout situation a few weeks ago here in San Francisco. When I saw that giant tree blocking the street, 2 fire trucks, and that surprised me. But similar kind of weather here, and it's like 60 below on the East Coast. President Trump rightly said, give me some global warming. And then the lamestream media reacted, oh, weather is different from climate or some nonsense. Of course, no mention that their climate models from like 30 years ago are way off in their predictions of strong heat wave gripping the world with CO2 emissions. But that's a whole different story. I could go on for hours about global warming scam, but I don't want to bore you. I'm just rambling here because I took the red line. Caffeine is starting to affect my brain. So, yeah, I got one more one more British film to watch. Let's see. It's this forget the name of it already. That Meet Mr. Callaghan. Not sure what that is. Based on the novel? Oh man, these movies are pretty bad. I don't like this disc. It's a triple bill. It's got Blackout 1950, not the Murder by Proxy, but the rather mediocre Blackout from 1950, and then it's got Home to Danger and Meet Mr. Callaghan. That's what the title is. Yeah. So I'll try to check that one out tomorrow morning if I can get like, I don't know, 8 hours of sleep today. We'll see how long they're gonna hold me hostage at that car dealership in Daly City, but I'm burned out. It's my day off. I should be sleeping, and I'm shopping for a car, getting my hair cut. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't take all day, but I'm guessing it'll take a few hours. So not looking forward to this. Laters.